Okay, today I'm making a video on how to clean a revolver. Now there's many different ways to do it, but this is the way I do it. Now I did want to start the video by saying, guns are expensive and they are an investment. Most of them are always going up in value. So I recommend cleaning them every time that they're used. And if you clean them every time, then it will take minimal upkeep to maintain them and keep them operating reliably. Now, for example, I have this M11A1 here by 6 Sauer. And this gun here is roughly around $1,000. Now I have around roughly 4,000 rounds through this gun. I've owned this one longer than probably any other gun I own, but it still is in very immaculate condition. The usual wear, from operation, but this gun is still immaculate. But that's because I clean it every single time it's used. So it's definitely worth doing to make sure that your guns stay in good condition and maintain their value. Now I'll start by saying what I do not use, and I don't use metal brushes on the cylinder or the barrel. And in the 20 years I've been cleaning guns, I've actually only used the metal brush one time. There was an instance where I shot around 200 rounds of 357 Magnum. They were lead nose ammunition. There was no jacket over the bullet, so it did leave some lead deposits at the end of the chamber and the barrel. So I just used this one time, one stroke through it, knocked those lead deposits off. And it was good to go, but that is the only instance. Every other time, I'm going to be using cloth. The other thing I try to avoid using as well is any type of really strong, harsh solvents. For example here, it's in the bag, but Hops number 9 gun bore cleaner. This stuff is very harsh. You definitely know when you open the bottle. I find in most cases you don't need that. You can just use the regular lighter cleaners. It'll work just fine. If you do decide to use a solvent, definitely make sure you get all the solvent off of your gun, and then cover that area or any areas that you used it on with a thin layer of oil or lubrication. Otherwise, solvent left on the surface, it could damage your finish or damage the gun. So just be careful when you're using harsh solvents. Make sure you get it all off of your gun. Now, many people will use the cloth patches. I do not. I use the cloth brushes. Now, I will get 2 of the same caliber. One brush is going to be dedicated for cleaning. The other brush will be dedicated for oil or other lubricants, which makes the process very easy. So both of these are 357 caliber brushes. Now, as far as cleaner, I like to use this gun scrubber. It's in the can. It makes it very easy to spray out the cylinders. I usually do 1 or 2 at a time, not all of them. So spray 1 or 2 out. The junk will run right out the cylinder, so it's real nice. And then you can use your brush, push it through a couple times, and the stuff comes right off. So the stuff in the spray can is really convenient. Makes it very fast and easy, and you don't have to mess around with the patches. Now you can repeat the same process for the barrel. Just spray out the barrel, push the brush through a few times, and it works really nice. Now I would also use the spray to hit the back strap and around the forcing cone, and anywhere else that you think you may need it. Then I like to follow it up after wiping everything off. Follow it up with the air, and this will just blow everything off and make it very nice and clean. I'd also wipe around here where the firing pin is as well. So once the cylinders are clean and the barrel is clean as well, you want to take your light, shine it in each of the cylinders, make sure everything is clean. And you can also check for any irregularities or anything that doesn't look right, unusual wearing. Flip it over and we'll check the barrel. Okay, everything looks clean. Now if there's just any areas on the gun that are hard to get to or that you don't want to spray the cleaner into, these precision swabs are really nice. So they're stiff, they come to a narrow point, they can get into some tight areas for cleaning or lubrication. So when it comes time to lubricate the gun, I would definitely recommend using a quality gun oil and avoid using any of the cleaner oil combinations in one. For example, this Rem oil here, it states that it cleans and lubricates. Yeah, I would just go with a quality oil and a quality cleaner. It's kind of like, using a shampoo and conditioner in one. Now you want to shampoo your hair and clean it, and then you want to condition it in that order. So that's what I recommend. Use a quality oil and a quality cleaner. Avoid using the combination cleaners. So I've been using this synthetic gun oil. It's been working pretty good so far. So essentially what I'll do is put a light coating of oil on the brush. And I'll use the rod here because this brush is really short. So I'm going to screw the rod on here to help me out. And then I can just run it through. I'll run it through the same cylinder 2 to 3 times. So I'll go through, run it through all the cylinders, and run it through the barrel. Other areas I'm going to lubricate is going to be the ejector rod here. You can lube this hinge here. I'd also put it a little bit right here as well. So once we have everything cleaned and oiled, finally I'll go through again with the air can and just blow the gun off any excess, anything really that's on it. It'll blow the oil into the nooks and crannies. It just makes it really nice to go over it once with the air. And then I would also recommend having a dedicated oil rag, a rag that you use when you clean your guns that only gets oil on it, not cleaner. So this is my oil rag here. I've had it for a few years. It's got a thin film of oil on it, and I'll just run it over the gun everywhere, all the surfaces that I can see. Just wipe everything. And once the gun is clean and wiped off, the last thing I'll do is just check the gun for any damage, any irregularities, cracks, any unusual wearing when you took it to the range. So just do a quick visual inspection. Just checking everything out. Function check. So everything looks good. Alright. So that's how I clean my revolver. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe, and have a great day.